I enjoy listening to the former chairman of the Commerce Committee in his argument on the floor. He gave us part of the story. I find a certain irony, however. He talked about how he supported the 1990 Clean Air Act. Well, many of the arguments that we're hearing here today could have been directed towards him and his support in 1990. But bear in mind what happened in 1990. It didn't impose a bunch of rules and regulations. It put in motion, for instance, a process so that we would have those studies. From 1990 to 1998, EPA was studying the issue. They came to the conclusion that the study mandated under the 1990 Clean Air Act required that we promulgate rules to regulate this pollution. From 1998 until 2005, the Bush administration, Clinton and then the Bush administration, EPA, they kind of looked at it. They kind of came to the conclusion. The Bush administration came up with rules that were so flawed, they were thrown out by the court. It didn't meet the standard that was required by your 1990 Clean Air Act. So here we are in 2011, 21 years later, talking about another study to delay it further. Delay further what the gentleman, and I would say a number of Republicans on the Commerce Committee supported in 1990. But now it's crunch time. We actually have to do something. My friends on the other side of the aisle are fond of saying we shouldn't pick winners and losers in the economy. Well, Mr. Speaker, I find it ironic that this Dirty Air Act does pick winners and losers. Who are the losers? I agree with my good friend from California, the ranking member. The losers are hundreds of thousands of deaths, illness from cancer, asthma, lost school days, millions of work days, the lost quality of life that is documented beyond belief. This is real, and these people lose. Who else loses? The downwind areas lose because we will not be able to act to be able to deal with the problems that the pollution drifts over their jurisdictions. And as my friend from Southern California pointed out, that means that local communities that don't have the protection because we can't stop the drift, they're going to have to do all sorts of things that are more expensive and less effective, and it's not their fault. The losers are going to be the American economy. We will lose the economic benefit of getting the work from union and contractors, from pollution control. Bear in mind, pollution control devices are an export area. We have a net benefit. We make money exporting this abroad. We lose the net economic benefit of the lost health. We bear the costs of unnecessary damage.